Alright, this week is going to be Noir lighting. You probably all seen movies of the typical old detective sitting in his office with the blinds, the light kind of high contrast. And that's what we're trying to do this week. But you are going to copy a scene from one of your favorite noir movies. And noir, you'll see when we talk about the techniques they use. You would probably recognize in any of the movies you have watched nowadays. So it doesn't have to be an all black and white film. You can do a film from this era, or usually horror movies will have the same kind of lighting. Or other movies like sci-fi will use the techniques the same. They have just become more sophisticated. But basically, noir was distinguished by three techniques. So the first one was backlighting. So you would have a light projecting somewhat like a spotlight, a light right against the camera, and you would have an actor in front of the light, so you would only see the silhouette of the actor. So that's technique number one, and it's pretty common. You've probably seen it in a lot of movies where you can only see a shadow instead of the actual character. The other one is pools of light. So I got this from a film where you can kind of see somewhat of a storyboard. So the girl's running away from danger and everything's pretty dark, and she walks into a pool of light. So there'll be something like a spotlight. She's a shadow first and then walks into it. Same idea here. She walks into a light when she gets caught. She enters the pool of light, and the bad guys are in darkness because they're not important, right? So that's the second technique. So first it would be projecting a projector, creating a silhouette, walking into pools of light, and this is used a lot nowadays to guide your eye. So if you look at this shot here from Blade Runner, you see a light and another pool of light, and it's not hard to tell where the character is going to go, right? So you're gonna walk to this pool of light and then to the next one. We tend to feel attracted to light, so that's what we're usually going towards, just like little insects. But they use this on video games too to guide your eye. So where should I go? They're probably light guiding the way, so you can go through the right path and not places that don't have anything going on for them. And then the last technique is this, having like some kind of screen of light on the background. The characters are underexposed, but they're not just a shadow. You can kind of see them. They're underexposed, but you can tell who they are. But there's this screen of light on the background. It's similar to the first technique, creating a silhouette, but you can see a little bit more. There's less mystery in there. So this would probably be a good example of it. This is also from Blade Runner. There's this bright screen of light in here, and we see the female character here standing in front of it. And same this one with Harrison Ford. We can tell it's him. It's not completely shadow, but the background's very light. So these things don't happen by accident. You know, there's a lot of light setup that's involved on this. You probably realized that when you copied the scene from the Adam Sandler movie, you needed a lot more lights that you thought you would need to use. So what you're going to do is just pick a scene from your favorite movie, and you're going to try to copy the lighting. And this, for example, is one of the scenes that one of your classmates picked. You know, we use these mannequins, and I'll show you how to use the mannequins. And you can set up the scene with simple blocking, you know, just cylinders and cubes and other things to make it similar, but it doesn't have to be too elaborate, just close enough so it represents the movie. So I'll show you how to go about that. And see, there's a comparison of the results. So here's the original scene. This is the other one. It's similar. I mean, this guy is a lot closer, obviously, but it's pretty close, right?